Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see about the scheme of fundamental right to equality. I am Swati Lakshmi from the Department of Mechatronics Engineering. So before going into right, what is called fundamental rights? Fundamental rights are the group of rights that have been recognized by the Supreme Court. So as a citizen, everyone should have certain rights. They are called fundamental rights. Every citizen of India possesses all these six fundamental rights. The six fundamental rights are right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. So, we are going to see specifically about the right to equality in this video. There are many parts in Indian constitution. We have 400 plus articles, 12 schedules, 100 plus amendment. So, what is called amendment? Amendment is the editing process. Whenever an act has been edited, it is said such that 44th amendment or 25th amendment. There are many parts in constitution. Fundamental rights belongs to the part 3 of the constitution. It consists from the article 14 to article 35. Fundamental right is also called as Magna Carta, that is soul or backbone of the constitution. Earlier, we have seven fundamental right. The extra one is called the right to property. This has been removed on the 44th amendment according to the article 300A. So we have certain articles which can be accessed also by the foreigners. They are the article 14, article 20 and article 28. Only the citizen of India can access it, that is article 15, 16, 19, 29 and 20. Next, right to equality. So the name itself describes that right to equality. Every men and women in India are equally same. So they should not be discriminated in case of any gender, caste or etc. So right to equality has four articles: 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So first article 14, equality before law, and second article, no discrimination, then equality of opportunity and abolition of untouchability, then abolition of title. So we'll see the first article, article 14. Article 14 is equality before law. Equality before law is that all men are equal before law. They should not be treated high or low in case of it. So this article consists two parts called equality before law and equal protection of law. So there should be absence of special privilege, that is any politicians can access it but people cannot access it, kind of things. Then there should be equal subjection of persons to law. No persons are above or below the law, they are all equal, and special provision should be not given to any people in spite of their positions. Then equality of treatment, that is applications of same law to all persons. Then they should be treated without any discrimination, that is they should not be treated in case of caste or sex or backward class, like that. Then every article has few exceptions. We cannot ask why you are doing like this according to these exceptions, because they are permitted by the Constitution of India. So similarly, for this articles also we have certain exceptions, that is president and governor are not answerable to any court when they are in powers and duties. That is president, when they have the president power, they are not answerable to any court. Any court or any judge cannot question them for any cause. And then court cannot issue any order arresting when they are in power. So whenever the president is in power, the court cannot order any arresting authority, that is they cannot arrest the president in case of any mistakes. And then there should be no civil proceedings. These are the exceptions for equality before law. And then article 15, no discrimination. No discrimination means the state shall not discriminate any people in case of religion, race, sex, place of birth or any of them. So in olden days people say that water from the wells can be taken only by similar certain peoples, that is people from only this class can use this water, people of backward class cannot use this water, kind of things. So for this purpose the article 15 came into existence, and they thought this could can avoid the discrimination between peoples. According to the third point, the use of wells, bathing gods, roads, and place of birth, resort maintained, etc., can be given to all the people in spite of their religion, sex, or anything. Because in olden days, the king ruling of king has been happened. So at that time, people usually what they do is that they say like only only people of certain classes can be accessed to anything like hotels or wells. So to avoid this, this article came into existence. As I told already, we have exceptions for this articles. We have exceptions, that is the state is permitted for special provisions only for women, like free education and reservation seats can be given only for women. In case of anything, free education can be given to women. Then special provisions for SC, ST, and BC, that is for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes and backward classes, admissions can be given for them. Admissions in the sense for school admissions. So these are the exceptions in case of article 15. Then article 16. Article 16 is all about the equality of opportunity. Equality of opportunity, nowadays people are waiting eagerly for opportunity and they are ready to grab the opportunities, but in olden days opportunities are also based on discriminations, that is they discriminate all the peoples. Opportunities are given only to the high class people and low class people are abandoned from that. So they say that there shall be equal opportunity for all the peoples, like employment or appointment to any service, etc. It gives the right only to equal opportunity, that is there should be no discrimination for opportunity purposes, and there should be no discrimination on grounds like region, race, caste, or gender. So opportunity is such a valuable one. People cannot miss any opportunity nowadays. So in olden days they don't even get the opportunity because of their classes, and many people have been failed in their life due to this. So government has introduced this article as a fundamental right to avoid these purposes. Then as I told already, we also have exceptions for this article, equality of opportunity. What is that? Is there should be reservation of appointments for very backward class of the citizens. Even if people don't give opportunity for backward classes, they can be punished based on these things, because it has exception, special provisions, that is state can allow the reservation of appointments favor of any backward class of citizens. This is an exception because first we have studied that there should not be discrimination on the people, but here this is an exception that reservation of seats can be given only for the backward classes, because they would have been suffering a lot. And then nothing in this article shall prevent the parliament from making any law prescribing in regard to the class or classes of employment. And next, article 17, this is all about the abolition of untouchability. What is untouchability? Untouchability is that in olden days people of high class don't touch the people of low class because of their statuses, or even they think that low class people do not have proper bathing or proper clothes, etc. We don't know the correct reason. So government has brought this article into existence for the abolition of untouchability. So article 17 of the constitution brought this into 29th November 1949. This law tells that people should not be discriminated due to low or poor caste. In 1955 there is an act called Untouchability Offence Act, and then in 1976 this act has been transferred, amended, and renamed as Protection of Civil Right Act. So if people do not follow the Protection of Civil Right Act, they can be punishable either by imprisonment to 6 months or even to the fine of rupees 500. So there are few offences declared under this act. Preventing any person from entering into a temple. If they prevent any person entering into a temple due to untouchability, they will be punished. And they should also not be justified based on their tradition. And similarly, if they are denied to any shop or hotel, they also be punished, right? And if any people insult a person belonging to backward classes or scheduled caste classes, they are also be punished. And similarly, hospital also used to refuse backward class people for treatment. So if hospital refuses these kind of things, they are also be punished according to the 1976 act. And the last one is refusing to sell goods or under any services. They are also been punished according to this act. And next, Article 18, that is abolition of titles. What is abolition of titles? In olden days, people have titles on their own. That is, they'll have titles before their name. Many people had titles to make difference between the other people. To avoid the inequality, they have titles. And earlier, Vikramaditya and Sultan, they too had many titles. There are four provisions in this article 18, that is abolition of titles. It is that it prohibits the state from conferring any title except military or academic, and no person should accept any title from the foreign state. That is, if he is a citizen of India, he should not accept any title from the foreigner. And if a foreign person has some office in India, he should not accept any title from foreign unless he gets permission from the President of India. And he should not accept any present from the foreign state unless President gives permission. So in this video we have seen the fundamental rights, that is the right to equality and the articles under it. So I recall again Magna Carta, which is called the soul or backbone of the constitution. And in Article 14 we saw about equality before law. Article 15, they should not discriminate based on their religion. And Article 16, equality of opportunity. Article 17, untouchability. And Article 18 is about abolition of titles. So these are the fundamental rights given to the citizen of India to live their life peacefully. That every human being in the universe has some liberty which cannot be restrained by anyone. This is why fundamental rights have been given to the people in this world. If these have not been framed, people would have not been lived freely in this world. I hope you have understand the fundamental rights, that is the right to equality and their specified articles. Thank you.